In today's video, I'll be challenging myself to build a tiny 1-minute Lego house, an average-sized house in 1 hour, and a massive 100-hour Lego mansion with 4 floors, a movie theater, and even a secret gaming room. So anyways, let the challenge begin. Okay, let's not waste any time and start on the 1-minute house. And will I make you guys sit here watching me build a tiny house for a whole minute? No, of course not. You don't have the attention span for that. So let's speed it up. Alright, so this is the completed house. I used this 1x1 tile to represent a door. Also, I built this car using a roller skate piece. And I used this panel piece to make it look like the garage door is open. In the back, I built this chimney, and there's a pool with a patio. And in the front yard, there's a small tree, and that is the Lego house in 1 minute. So now I can slap down a Lego base plate and let's get started on the 1-hour house. Also, while I'm building this house, please consider subscribing because these videos take up a lot of my time and a lot of work, and it really does help support the channel. Okay, so this is my 1-hour house, and I didn't really finish it because look, over here the chimney's not really done. This part's all rough around the edges, and also the inside isn't done, but it kind of remains. I built this in such a hurry, and I started on the kitchen but couldn't place the cabinets on. Here was supposed to be the bathroom, and right here is the bedroom, but it's also not done, and I don't even have the living room done. So I think I'm going to go a little bit over the 1-hour mark and just finish this all up. So I put 20 minutes on the clock and continued building. And this is my 1-hour-ish Lego house. When you take the roofs off, you can see there's a kitchen and a living room. And next to that, there's a super simple bedroom with a bed, nightstand, fireplace, and a TV. And right next to that is an even simpler bathroom that has a toilet and a sink. Also, there's a 1-car garage to the side of the house. And that is what 79 extra minutes gives you. Now it's time to start on the 1-hour Lego mansion. But before we start, I want to show you guys the house that I'm basing mine on. It's called the Aura House, and it's located on a cliffside next to the ocean. And I think it looks great, so that's why I'm building it. Alright, now it's time to start on the house. But before we start, I gotta build this cliff. And to put into perspective, this cliff alone took an hour and a half. That's only like 10 more minutes than the second house we built. Alright, so I basically finished the rock work. It's kind of funny, in the time lapse, it kind of curved over here and like went all the way over there. But then I realized that's way too small, so I had to destroy this entire part, rebuild it and stuff. But luckily I'm finally done. But I'm gonna move on and show you guys what I was actually working on. Yeah, that's where the rock work isn't done. This is what I was gonna show you guys, the base plate. And yeah, I'm gonna build up the walls and then see what's gonna happen from there. Now I'm gonna build up all the walls for the ground floor. Now that the walls are all finished, I'm going to lay down the floors. And add this cabinet with an electric cooktop next to the fridge. Then I'll add the overhead cabinets. And now I'm going to add the island with a sink. And 3 round bar stools to go along with it. Okay, so let's add a shelf with some food into the pantry. And that's the completed kitchen. So let's move on to the living room, where I added this nice TV, and right here I wanted a freeform couch. And if you're wondering, this is what it looks like. And this is my attempt at making one, and I'm pretty happy with it. So let's place it in the living room. along with this coffee table. Also, behind the couch, I added this table with a picture frame and a potted plant, and that is the completed living room. So, let's move on to the bathroom, where I started by building up this vanity with a few shelves on the bottom. Now we gotta grab this random guy and take his bowl, because we need it. Also, I need to take his hand, literally. You know what? Give me a fork too, or get out of here. Ignoring that I probably created a supervillain, let's place the bowl on the vanity and use this bar and a hand for a faucet. And of course, let's add a plant and some rolled up towels on the shelves. Now we can place it in the bathroom along with this futuristic toilet. So now we can move on to the office, where I place this shelf on the wall and add an office chair. Also, let's add a simple desk. Now we could wait. Where are the windows? So I ripped out the wall and added a few windows. Now we can work on the bedroom, where I started by adding these sidewall things with some lights on them. Then I added 2 nightstands, and finally, this bed with a modern painting above. And that completes the first floor, so now I can place it on the cliff. But this yard is looking super plain.
Nope.
So I placed these white tiles as stepping stones with some pebbles between them. Then I tiled off the driveway and added a palm tree. Along with the palm tree, I added a few trees and a few bushes. So now we can move on to the where I started by adding this back patio, and in the corner, let's add a modern fire pit with some logs as chairs. Now I can fill up the pool and add 3 orange sun chairs on this patch of grass. After that, I filled up the ocean with water and added a bunch of plants on the cliff. So now we can move on into the basement, where I started by adding a garden under the stairs and also the stairs. So now let's use these pieces to build up a rug. And on that rug, I'm going to add this pool table designed by Tiago Catarino. Behind it, there was only this suspicious painting, so let's add a living wall. Now we need a bathroom down here, because I doubt you want to run all the way upstairs when you gotta go. So here's a toilet and a sink. Next to that, there's a washer and a dryer, which completes the laundry room. Now I can add a bed into this bedroom. Also, here's a dresser with a TV on top. There are also these 2 spinning pieces for... I was gonna say armchairs. So here's 2 light gray ones. Now we can work on the movie theater, where I added not 1, not 2, not 3, just kidding, it's 3 identical couches. And also a little snack bar. As fun as it is for these minifigs to watch nothing, let's build these minifigs a nice movie to watch. I started by making this road and attaching it to the background with an Avengers Tower. Then I added a nuke coming towards the civilian. Also, here's a Hulk. And Iron Man trying to stop the nuke. So let's add it to the home theater. In the room next to that, I added a car elevator. This is how it works. You pull it up, drive your car, then lower it back into the basement. In that same room, I added an orange couch along with this glass coffee table. And there's this wooden table with the 1 minute house on top of it. Alright, so it might look like we're done with the basement, but earlier I said that there would be a secret room, so try to find it. And if you said the bookshelf, I mean obviously, but when you try to open it, it's locked. So you need to spin the suspicious painting and then push the door right open. So now let's get to decorating it. So I started by filling up this safe with gold, money, and diamonds. Next to that, let's add this beautiful looking gaming setup. Along with this orange gaming chair. And that completes the basement. So we can return to the ground floor and build the elevator. And add it to the build. So now we can work on the second floor. I started by breaking down these two windows. Then I added a massive king-sized bed with two nightstands that have two nightlights on them. Now let's add a floating shelf with a TV and a nice chair with Peely. Wait, that rhymes. Anyway, here's a modern coffee table. And that completes the master bedroom. Now let's work on the master bathroom. I started by adding in the shower glass. Then I added a modern vanity using more minifigure hands. And a toilet. Now let's fill up the closet. No, literally, I'm gonna shove in a bunch of clothes. Moving on to the gym, where I started by adding this dumbbell rack and added this bench press. Also, I added a TV to watch gym edits on. Now we need a couch for this lens. Great, now I can work on the last of the bedrooms. I started by adding this nice bed, along with a desk and a simple chair. In the bathroom, I added a toilet next to the shower and a sink. Also, I added a few boxes of clothes into the closet. And that completes the entire second floor. So now, let's add a bunch of railings so people don't just fall off. Along with this DJ booth. And this random guy is the DJ. Also, we need a bathroom all the way up here. So I started by adding this toilet and the sink. Now let's add a nice big grill to the outdoor kitchen. To finish off the rooftop, I added this nice brown couch into this corner. Also, massive shout out to my cousin Tihan. Happy birthday and God bless you. Now let's place the roof on the house. Along with this one that says subscribe. So I think you should listen to it. And finally, this last roof to finish up the entire house. Here's a quick size comparison between the three houses. And now insert a cool montage editor. Oh wait, I'm the editor. That's gonna be it for today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe. God bless, and see you in the next one.